Everyone, week 8 presentation here. So my questions fall into the category of what is the role of school in society. So the question that I want to talk about today from the 3 that I thought of is how can I teach my students to be awake? So the first, trying to address this question was really hard for me because I feel like the answer can kind of change depending on each person, because in order to answer this question, you have to be able to define for yourself what being awake is. And I think that that's a little different for each person. So for me, I would say that being awake would be defined as kind of challenging the norm a little bit, not going with the flow not going with the flow. Um, So I guess in order to teach my students how to be awake, I first have to be able to understand what it is for myself, um, in order to be able to share that with them. And uh, going hand in hand with that is that in order to teach them how to be awake, I have to be willing to be awake myself. I have to be an example. I can't teach my students and expect them to be something if I myself am not willing to be that. So I feel like being awake kind of goes hand in hand with going back to the definition of what it is. I feel like it's challenging the norms, challenging social norms, not willing to just sit by idly and let things just happen around you and just accept them. You can't be lazy. You can't take the easy way out. You have to really be willing to push yourself and also push those around you, not in a bad way, but to challenge them and to challenge how things are viewed and accepted, because in order to be awake, something that I really liked from the reading, you really have to be willing to kind of explore who you are and as a student and as a person and as a learner. And I think that's really important because we can't just sit and accept all this information that's being thrown at us without trying to understand it, without trying to really sort through it and figure out what it means to us personally and how it's going to help us grow. So I know that was really short, but that was my question for the week.